Hi, I'm Brian Crombie, and we're going to be talking on the Brian Crombie Show. We're going to be talking about politics, arts, business, and social issues on the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Well, you know, it's a new year, it's winter, and one of the things that a lot of us do, whether it's COVID-19 or New Year or wintertime, is we nestle. We don't become we're not as active as we once were, and we start setting some goals, some resolutions for the new year. And so I thought it would be really helpful at this time to bring in an expert on fitness, on nutrition, on healthy lifestyle. And I want to introduce you to a really compelling young lady. Christina Koren is her name. And she is a nutrition, fitness, and healthy lifestyle expert. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
My pleasure. You know, Christina's got a fairly compelling story, and that really was a little bit of challenges in her life, and really, I think, brought you to realize the importance of fitness and nutrition. Can you tell us a little bit about that story?
Sure. Well, I raised children and had a career for many years, and with that, you get quite busy, and you don't tend to put time to yourself or exercise or living healthy lifestyle. So after my divorce, I decided it was time to get back into shape, and I think that the main goal was the stronger I became on the outside, the stronger I became on the inside. So for those two reasons. And I just started, getting more healthy, and then I started talking about it on social media. As a result, entered in some fitness competitions, and then in Oxygen magazine. So it's been quite the journey. I'm not a spring chicken, but you can achieve fitness at any age, and I believe that fitness is ageless.
So, you know, single mother, 3 children?
Yes, 3.
Divorced. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you were always, I think, in shape, but not in the best of shape. And you decided to, really get into lifestyle and fitness and nutrition, and then competed
That's right.
in fitness competitions, which aren't like bikini competitions, but you're actually in a bikini.
That's right. So it was a little bit
showing
embarrassing.
Your body.
Yeah, well, I was in the Grandmaster category, which was embarrassing at first. But
what's
then
the Grandmaster category?
That's for 45 and older. And then basically I went in open and competed in that category and placed. So I was really proud of myself because, as I said before, fitness is ageless, and I was able to compete on a platform with much younger women and still perform well. So that was sort of the start of my journey.
What motivated you to do that? Was it the divorce? Was it what was it that motivated you to do it?
Well, at first it was I thought, well, maybe I should get back in shape. In kind of getting over a broken heart, I started exercising, and exercising kind of got my mind off things. And then after a while, I thought that I was doing it more for myself, and it became stronger and stronger, and then it just became part of my lifestyle. And that's what I always recommend to people. Start out slow, because if you go gung-ho all at once, you're probably going to quit, halfway into January or February. So start out slow, have some achievable goals, and then just start. That's all. That's what I talk about on social media, is just get that half an hour in a day. It doesn't matter what you do. Enjoy doing something by getting that heart rate up half an hour a day.
Okay, so I think you're right that a lot of people set these big goals, and the line we hear all the time is that January is the best month for fitness memberships, and
That's
then
right.
A whole bunch of people lapse by the end of January, early February, so they give up. And so your number one comment then is to set a goal, but be easy on yourself, and so these goals are realistic goals.
That's right.
They're first step goals.
That's right. Maybe write down some of the things that you want to achieve. Is it to lose 10 pounds? Is it, just to get into better shape so you can enjoy, playing with your children without being out of breath? Is it to take up a new sport, starting at the beginning? It's just, people do exercise for a variety of different reasons, but once you start, I guarantee it will change your outlook and the way you live your life.
Why will it change your outlook and the way
I think
you
you're
live
more
your life?
positive. I think you have more energy. I think you often will meet people as a result of getting more active, whether it's walking in your neighborhood, playing tennis. Like I said, it doesn't need to be in a gym. Often gyms are intimidating. I do a little bit of personal training on the side, and I think the most scary part of starting exercise is, where do I start? And when I'm working with people, even to go up and down your stairs a couple of times, maybe 5 times extra, is a good start. You don't have to go in and do this massive gym program in gyms. I mean, gyms are effective because in Canada it does get cold in the winter, and you know, it's a warm place to work out, and it's a very social scene, and you can work with a personal trainer, but you can do other things to get active as well.
Okay, so set some realistic goals, get active, do whatever it is that motivates you to get
That's
going.
right.
It doesn't have to be in a gym. You can do walking and tennis and other things. What are your other suggestions on how to get fit?
I think that you definitely need to you just have to be realistic of what you want to achieve, and you're not going to lose 10 pounds in 1 week. It's a gradual process, and actually to keep the weight off, it happens over time. So if you change your diet and exercise, and you do that on a regular basis, you cut your portions into smaller portions in the day, because it's not all about the food. Often you hear about all these crazy diets. It's not about the crazy diets. It's just about moderation, and moderation is key.
Okay, so we're going to talk about diet in a couple of minutes, but let's stay on fitness for a second. So cardiovascular fitness versus weight training, what do you recommend?
Well, I recommend to do weight-bearing exercise or weight training twice a week. It's definitely beneficial as you age. And secondly, you should be doing about 75 minutes sort of moderate exercise, and then about 150 minutes a week you want to do more rigorous exercise. So that's when you want to sort of push your goals towards those times.
And so this rigorous exercise, is that with weights, or is that cardiovascular, or what?
Well, it can be weight bearing, so you could do push-ups, you could do on your stairs, you could do tricep dips.
What are tricep dips?
Well, you put your hands behind you, and you just kind of, you're using your triceps, and you're going up and down.
On your stairs?
On your stairs. You can walk up and down your stairs. You can hold some weights in your hands as you go up and down the stairs, anything weight bearing. And it's just challenging that muscle. And basically, you can do squats, you can do lunges, you can do plyometrics, where you're jumping up in the air, more of a more, that's a little bit more challenging. It just depends what fitness level you're at. And you have to be realistic when you're starting of what you currently are able to achieve and be able to do.
Okay, so 75 minutes of some exercise a week, and then 115 of rigorous exercise a week.
That's correct.
And why the two? So the regular
well, I think you start off with a goal of 75 minutes a week, and then move up to 115 up to that during the course of your exercise program. But that's what's recommended.
That's a lot of commitment.
Well, if you think about it, it's about a half hour a day to start. And your guest that I just heard prior to what we've watched prior on your show has recommended, getting up early or a little bit earlier. Think about all that half an hour time in your day where you could spend just doing a little bit of activity to get that heart rate up.
Okay. And so you're saying you've got to do something that's weight bearing. I had someone that say you got to stress the heart by doing like a wind sprint or something that really stresses the heart. Do you believe in that?
Well, a good form of exercise is high intensity interval training, or the short form is HIIT. And that's where you're doing short bursts, as you suggested, and then you're doing short bursts, and then you're doing a recovery period. So you would, for instance, you would go 30 seconds, that would be a short burst, and you could do that on a stationary bike, you could do it on an elliptical, and then you would do 60 seconds to recovery or 90 seconds recovery, and then do that over a 20-minute period. And it's a really effective weight loss, and it's a really great aerobic exercise as well.
Okay. And from a cardiovascular standpoint, what do you recommend doing?
Whatever makes you happy. So
Walking, running.
About walking and running, and I think we've spoken in the past, and you spoke about that you'd love to walk your dog. If that's what you like to do, walk your dog.
That works?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, these are some great suggestions from a fitness standpoint. We're going to take a break for some messages and come back, and we're going to talk a little bit about nutrition, because in addition to being a fitness expert, Christina is a nutritional expert, and she posts almost every day on Instagram and Facebook some great suggestions of recipes. So thanks for joining us. We're going to take a break and come back more with Christina Koren, a healthy lifestyle expert, and we're going to talk about nutrition.
कोविड-19 का हल सिर्फ आपके पास है। घर पर रहें और अगर आपको बुखार या दूसरी अलामत है तो दूसरों से दूर रहें। बाहर के अफराद से 2 मीटर का फासला रखें, चाहे वो खानदान के हों या करीबी दोस्त। ऑफिस और पब्लिक प्लेसेस पर मास्क पहने, वक्फे से हाथ धोएं, ऑनलाइन सेल्फ असेसमेंट करें और जरूरत पड़ने पर टेस्ट करवाएं। फैलाव की रोकथाम के लिए हमारा फर्ज अभी मुकम्मल नहीं हुआ। हम एक दूसरे के ताउन से सबकी हिफाजत यकीनी बना सकते हैं। मजीद जानने के लिए ontario.ca/coronavirus पर विजिट कीजिए।
अमेरिका और कनाडा में मुकीम पाकिस्तानियों के पाकिस्तान में डिस्प्यूट्स और कानूनी मामलात, बिलखुसूस विरासत, जायदाद और प्रॉपर्टी, नाजायज कब्जा, जाली डॉक्यूमेंट्स, फ्रॉड, फैमिली केसेस, किरायादारी, क्रिमिनल केसेस और लेन देन के मामलात वगैरह की वकालत और मुशावरत के लिए पाकिस्तानी लॉ फर्म चौहान लॉ चैम्बर्स। वेबसाइट www.chauhanlawchambers.com। फोन +92 333 424 7447।
घर खरीदने का इरादा हो तो सबसे बड़ा मसला मॉर्गेज की अप्रूवल, मगर अब ये मसला नहीं रहा, क्योंकि हमारे साथ हैं मॉर्गेज एडवाइज़र मोइन अहमद। मॉर्गेज अप्रूवल सिर्फ एक कॉल के फासले पर। कॉल कीजिए 416-666-1563 और $3,000 कैश हासिल करें। सम कंडीशंस अप्लाई। कॉल कीजिए 416-666-1563। मॉर्गेज एडवाइजर मोइन अहमद।
Buying or selling a residential or commercial property is one of the biggest financial decisions most people will make in their life. The real estate lawyers at Alum Law Chambers will guide you through the complete real estate laws to ensure your transaction completes on time and your dreams come true. Reliable and affordable. Alum Law.
Hi, I'm Brian Crombie, and we're going to be talking on The Brian Crombie Show. We're going to be talking about politics, arts, business, and social issues on The Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. Welcome back to The Brian Crombie Show on Canada One TV. We're chatting tonight with Christina Koren, who is a healthy lifestyle expert, and she's got kind of an interesting story. And I've had the opportunity over the course of the last year where I've been interviewing a lot of people, and a lot of people that end up being, I think, very successful, end up having some challenge or problem that really is the catalyst to creating that success. And so therefore, one of the things that I've learned is that don't look bad at those challenges in life. In fact, a lot of times they are the gift that the universe sort of gives us to motivate us to make a change, and is the catalyst to making a change, even if it's a negative case, a negative downward situation. Sometimes by pulling us out of that and motivating us to get out of that, it is the catalyst that helps us make that positive change that is what we really want to achieve in life. And was that sort of what happened to you?
Yes, it was. It was sort of by accident. I started talking about fitness and nutrition on social media, and just basically taking pictures in the gym, and it was amazing because all of a sudden I started getting a following, and the following was, how can I get more active? How can I change my life? What can I do? Give me some suggestions. And then over time, it's actually have quite several people that I talk to on a regular basis. I've launched a website off my Instagram. I also do online training. So it's really kind of just exploded. And it's been a wonderful opportunity to meet people from all over the world, because it's not only Canadian, but it's international. And it's funny because that people have exactly the same issue. People always say, I want abs. That's the first thing they say. Well, it's not as easy. It's not as easy as wanting abs, but they say that, you know, you have to start in the kitchen if you want abs. And it's true. You have to really look at your diet. Be truthful. Write down everything that you eat in a day.
Okay. We're gonna come to the fitness. I don't want to push you here, but last time we chatted, you were a little bit more frank about what motivated you, and I think you said, and cut me off if I'm misspeaking, but you wanted to make your ex-husband jealous.
At first, that's true. I hate saying that. But then after a while, it was more for myself. And I think that once you have had something, you know, either a marriage or loss of a job or something that's, you know.
But it was that marriage breakup that
that
really was that catalyst for you to become fit.
It was the catalyst to become fit, but.
And did you make him jealous in the end?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I really believe not looking back and only looking forwards. And I'm, you know, out of.
I'm sorry. I think it's a cute story.
Out of the, you know, my life now, I'm so thankful. You know, I'm so thankful for all the changes that have, you know, happened as a result of fitness, you know, as a result of all.
And you're
the new
modeling
people.
now. I see that you're like traveling to different beaches and Arizona and doing modeling shoots.
Yes, I've been, you know, in California. I've been in Jamaica. So it's quite flattering because, you know, I am 50, and so it's nice to, you know that you still have that appeal, and you can encourage people to get fit, and you can be any age and do that.
Excellent. Well, that's inspirational. So, nutrition.
Yes.
So you're saying number one is portion size and cut down.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, you have to be honest. So you have to be really honest. People often say, well, I don't eat anything in a day. And sometimes calories can be empty calories. For instance, if you go to, you know, get a coffee in the morning, it's one of those, you know, frappe mochachinos, and it's full of sugar. You really have to do a serious look at your diet and sort of look at it and think, you know, where can I cut back? You don't have to take out all your favorite things. I don't recommend that you do that because you won't stay on that diet for very long. You'll try it for a month, you'll have good results, and then you'll probably yo-yo back to where you were. And so I always say, you know, eat what you like, but really reduce those amounts. Try to reduce the amount of snacking, especially when you're, you know, sitting, you know, by the fire in the winter watching TV. Snacking is something
terrible.
that Canadians love to do.
Yep.
So, you know, try to maybe.
Are there any good snacks?
Well, vegetables are a great snack. Fruit. Anything like that. You know, if you want to go for something that's salty, there's great choices like rice cakes. There's all different choices that are healthier than perhaps. And you know what, peanuts and almonds are great too, but you have to know the quantity that you're eating them in, and less of those is not the whole jar of peanuts.
Not the whole jar. Or cashews.
That's correct.
So I have a little bit of a challenge in this, but I had a physician that recommended a couple of interesting solutions. One solution she had was the champagne diet. And she said that your entree has to be the size that it could fit into a champagne glass. So if you're having a big steak that wouldn't fit into a champagne glass or, you know, flow over the sides, it's too big of a portion. And so the portion size is a champagne glass. And then the second suggestion she said is don't use your dinner plates, use your lunch plates. So that the lunch plates are, you know, smaller in diameter than the dinner plates. And she said, you know, you fill up the lunch plate, but not the dinner plate, because when you fill up the dinner plate, you're doing too much. And then the final comment she made was 2/3 of every plate has to be green.
Yes, most of my plate is green. And I agree with all those points, but I use a fist, the size of your fist as
that's
as
even
a gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the size of the entree.
Well, not your entree, but your sides, so your carbs, your protein, and you know, I like to have one cheat meal in the week. So on Saturdays, my go-to is red wine and pizza. So that keeps me on track because.
Okay, so pizza carbs.
Yeah,
what
so
do you think
I'll enjoy that.
What do you
one
think
meal.
about the what is it, the keto diet or the Atkins diet or all these people that are saying no carbs?
Well, I think carbs are healthy, and I really believe that if you want to be on a diet long term, you have to eat what you like. And I think portion control is huge. And so eat what you like, but make sure that you look at it realistically and think, you know, I think I could lessen that amount that's on my plate.
Right. Okay. And what about sugars? Some people are swearing off sugar.
I don't like to do anything radical. So again, if you like, I mean, I wouldn't suggest you eat a chocolate donut, you know, on every meal, but you'll see in a lot of my posts on Instagram that I mention, you know, if half a donut is what you like to eat, or, you know, a day, then you should continue to do that, but everything in moderation.
So it sounds like moderation is, for you, the key, not necessarily
It has been, yes.
a radical Atkins diet or keto diet or no sugar diet or something like that.
That's right. And I think that you would stay on long-term on your diet versus something that's radical and that is hard to follow.
Someone told me that we don't drink enough water, that we've got to hydrate more. Do you agree
I drink
with that?
a lot of water. I drink about 2 liters a day, 2 to 3 liters a day. 4 liters is difficult. I know that's recommended, but I work in a
4 liters a day is recommended?
Yes.
That's a lot of water.
It is a lot of water. But if you work in an office or if you have any sort of career, you don't want to constantly have to be going to the washroom. So I would recommend 2 to 3 liters a day.
Okay, so we've talked in the first segment about fitness, and we've talked now about nutrition, and you call yourself a healthy lifestyle expert.
Yes.
Are there other things that you need to do in life to have a healthy lifestyle, other than just fitness and nutrition?
Well, I think friends and family are always a big part of a healthy lifestyle, and enjoying your time with those people. I definitely get a lot of happiness from spending time with my kids, and also including them in fitness and going for a walk with them. And you know, because of this pandemic, we're forced to spend more time at home, and I did a lot of walks to the park. Went to the park a lot more this past summer, and hope to this winter, spend some time outside. And what's better than with your partner or your kids or your friends?
Sounds like a good recipe to me. So we've got fitness, we've got nutrition, we've got family and friends.
I would recommend sleep. Sleep is really important. Yes, I think if you can manage to have 8 hours a night, it's going to make a world of a difference, especially for recovery from exercise, and also keep your head clear throughout the day, and just keep your mood in a positive way.
I think those are excellent suggestions. Thank you so much for sharing them with you. With us, if people want to follow you, do you have an Instagram or whatever site or a website that people can?
Yes, so on Instagram it's C Carve Lifestyle, and I love to surf. So when I started my Instagram account, I thought the idea of carving a body. So C is my first initial, and then Carve, K-A-R-V, Lifestyle, and that's the Instagram. Mostly, I'm on Facebook as well, but my following is mostly on Instagram. That's correct.
Excellent, and Christina posts on Instagram motivational quotes and pictures and diet suggestions almost every day. So I recommend you follow her if you're at all interested. Maybe I'll end the show and this conversation about fitness and nutrition and a healthy lifestyle with the 7 F's that I was taught, which I think are kind of interesting. And it starts with diet, which is fruit, fiber, fish, fowl. Fruit, fiber, fish, fowl. And then cardiovascular, fitness. And then one of the ones for a good heart is fine wine, because it's got the tannins that lower cholesterol. And then the last one, frequent fun. So fruit, fiber, fish, fowl, fitness, fine wine, and frequent fun, which is sort of your family and friends.
That's right.
Anyway, that's my suggestions on top of Christina Koren's suggestions on the Brian Crombie Show on Canada 1 TV tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Have an active and nutritious week. Good night.